Okay, so this is it's my Echeveria. I'm not sure what kind she is exactly, the exact, her exact name. My husband bought these for me. If you go and look at the other video here on this channel, I showed everybody how to, kind of showed you how to remove the paint from them. My husband got me 3 of these guys from just off of a random website that were supposed to be like candy cane succulents. And because my husband knows nothing about succulents, his poor little heart truly thought that they were red and white striped. But it was just this really thick paint. And it was not plant paint. It wasn't even spray paint. They just dunked them. And it was just so thick, and it was, not good for the plants. So I do have a video on how I removed the paint. I had 3 of them, and now I am left with just this one little girl. Just this one baby. She was, let me pick her up a little bit. If you see all these, they finally died off. You can see, let me get something to point with, I'm sorry. You can see, like, right here, she kind of cracked, and because of the crack, everything from the breaking point downward started dying off, like, really fast. And I would pull, the leaves off of it and try to get it to work, try to get her to keep growing, but she just wouldn't. And for a long time, she wasn't giving me any new roots. She wasn't giving me any pups. And honestly, I was just going to keep her around until everything died, all the way up to her very, brand new leaves. And the other 2, they are gone. They died, I'd say about a month and a half after I got them. The paint was just too much for them. It had already taken too much out of them. But I managed to keep this little one alive, and now I'm going to show you how I'm going to repot her. I'm sorry, I have a cold. The weather here in Ohio is redonkulous. It's 80, 90, 100 degrees one day, and next day and a half it's snowing and 50. Excuse me. So, if you look, we've got this little babe right here. Got a little pup. And I was really excited about that. When I first seen her growing, I was so ecstatic. And then I started looking a little. Let me just take these off now that I'm doing the video. I left these on so you guys could see. I like to leave them on until they die, especially when they are not like this, or especially when they're like this, in case they don't make it, and hopefully they'll start shooting roots out. So these are really squishy and very watery. So let me just finish grabbing these guys off. Okay, and you're going to want to pull off every single yellow squishy leaf. Every single one. You do not want those on there. All they're doing is sucking, all they're doing is sucking out all the good stuff, the nutrients and vitamins and all the energy. They're just taking that from the good part of the plant and trying to throw them into their other leaves, but they're just not growing. So I'm going to remove all of those. It should come off pretty easy, especially if they're, you know, like these are really, really dead. Okay, now let me get my squirt bottle. Oh, that's awful. I'm a great YouTuber, huh? No. Alright, so let's see. Let me... Okay. Now, let's get her to focus, please. Please, there you go. So, look guys. I've got 1, 2, 3. There's 3 roots right there. There's a little baby one trying to grow right there. Oops. You can see that. Real good, huh? Whatever. Okay, so I have to be very, very careful when I'm trying to remove these dead leaves in order not to damage or remove these fresh new roots. So let's try this. This is the most scary part for me. Where am I going? I'm trying to make sure you guys can see, but then I see what I'm doing at the same time. It's kind of hard. Alright, we got that one without damaging any roots. Okay, please. Yes! Alright, we got them all. Kept all of them. Great. Yes. Okay, now, do you see? Already looks 10 times better. 100 times better. No, I wouldn't push it that far. Alright, so I wanted to show you something else also. The reason, I've had a couple of comments asking, you know, how on the original plant of how to remove the original video of how to remove the paint. I had a couple of comments asking, you know, like for an update or how they are doing. And I kind of had to wait until there was something to give an update on. This little guy right here, this pup, and then there was one right here behind her. I'm not sure if you can see it right there. Was another one. This one is not looking so great. This one looks okay, but I'm not sure if that'll make it. Because like I said, once the plant was damaged and she got her break, everything from below the breaking point kind of just stopped growing. So I was just left, you know, with these, and I thought and I was praying that they would grow, and that was another reason that I was trying to wait so I would have something to show you guys. And then a couple of weeks ago, this little pup started growing, and she's actually doing really well. I'm not sure if you can see. There's water on here, so it's kind of messing with my eyesight. Okay, I don't see any roots on her. I thought maybe that was a root right there, but it isn't. It looks, to me so far, it looks like just like a piece of one of the older leaves that died off. So I won't be able to remove her from the mother plant yet until she starts getting a couple of roots. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it about, you know, right at the break, maybe a little bit below. And all I'm going to do is literally just cut it, set it in the pot. That's it. Sometimes you can, most of the time you want to wait and let the area kind of harden over, callus over, kind of like a scab when you cut yourself. And that's so that no infections or, no bacteria or anything can get up inside of your stalk. Because if that happens, you really don't get much. What's that? I don't know. All right, so I'm going to cut this, move those nasties. Okay, let me. All right. And look, see, you can see those roots nice and good now. Right there. Also, I think this is another one maybe trying to grow. Almost positive. So that'll be good. So I'm just gonna go for it. 1, 2. Ooh! Okay. Sorry. Okay, so now we have this. Just this. And this is much better, much simpler, and much easier to take care of than this on top of all this. Okay guys, so this is 2 days after I cut the clip that it just passed off of where I took all the leaves off. I sat her out I sat her on a windowsill and kind of let the bottom kind of callus over. And then last night I put her in here, but I really don't know if she's gonna make it. She's already got a few leaves at the base that are starting to yellow, and I'm not sure if it's because of the heat that we've been having, because it's been bad. But let me see, the roots, you remember those little roots? Yeah, they're gone. They're dried up now. I don't know why. Okay, and then, something that really surprised me. I always, with succulents, they're so easy to grow, and they kind of grow better with you ignoring them. Look, guys, I literally have one that looks like an old one, but I'm not too sure. Sorry. So I have 1, 2, 3 at least. 3 new freaking roots. This little baby, that's one of the babies that was growing on the bottom. So I'm just going to stick that back in there and leave it alone. So that's it, guys. That's all I did. Also, I'll be going to the store today and getting a couple more pink echeverias. So I'll show those to you once I get them. Bye, guys.